What's up, everybody? We're back for another episode of the best comic books coming out for the week of June 26, 2019. Doing something a little bit different. I'm actually reading off everything that I wrote down instead of reading off to the computer. So hopefully this goes smoother than it does on a regular basis. So we're going to start off here with comics from DC. We don't have too many books this week from DC Comics, but we got some good stuff. Starting off with Action Comics 1012. This is by Brian Michael Bendis and Szymon Kukranski. Cover A is by Jamal Campbell, and cover B is by Ben Oliver. And both of those are smashing. Batgirl number 36 by Marguerite Scott and Paul Pelletier. Cover A is by Francis Manapul, and cover B is by Joshua Middleton. The final book for this oversized giant this week is Batman Damned number 3 by Brian Azzarello and Lee Bermejo. Lee Bermejo is doing cover A, which is atrociously scary looking, and Jim Lee is doing cover B, which he looks a little like Swamp Thing. Detective Comics 1006 by Peter Tomasi and Kyle Hotz. Hotz is doing cover A, and Dan Quintana is doing cover B. The Flash continues with its year one storyline, Flash 73 by Joshua Williamson and Howard Porter, and I'm only showing cover A, which is done by Howard Porter. Silencer 18. This is, I think, one of the only two books from those new books that are still going on, by Dan Abnett and Sandhu Floria, and the cover is done by John Romita Jr. The Terrifics 17 by Gene Yang and Stefan Sokovia, and cover A, which is the only cover it is done by Dan Mora. Wonder Woman 73 by G. Willow Wilson and Aaron Lopresta, which is he's a pretty old school artist. I'm glad that he's doing this book here. Give Wonder Woman some halfway decent sequential art. Jesus Marino is doing cover A, and of course cover B is done by the infamous Jenny Frison. And that's it for DC Comics. From Image Comics, we have Ascender number 3, and that has only one cover, and that is by Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nugent. Didn't get Descender, but I'm gonna get it. Next up, we have our bi-monthly book, Isola number 8 by Carl Kreschel and Brendan Fletcher. Cover A is done by Misak, and cover B is by Fiona Staples. I'm kind of glad this book is only bi-monthly. It gives the artist time to make the book extra fire. The countdown to Spawn 300 continues with Spawn 298 by McFarlane and Jason Sean Alexander, and all covers are of the same artistic variety by Todd McFarlane. Pre-order your 300 today. The Weatherman is back with Volume 2, Number 1 by Jody LaHemp and Nathan Fox. Nathan Fox is doing cover A, and Andrew Robinson is doing cover B. And that's our books for Image. Marvel Comics presents The Amazing Spider-Man 24 by Nick Spencer and Humberto Ramos. Cover A is by Ryan Otley. Mark Brooks is doing the Marvel's 80th anniversary cover. And the Black Symbiote suit cover is by one of my favorites, Oliver Copel. The Avengers number 20 by Jason Aaron and Ed McGuinness. a really, really good book. And I think after this War of the Realms tie-in, it's going to be the Avengers versus the quote-unquote Squadron Supreme. And I'm only showing one cover for this by Ed McGuinness. Conan the Barbarian, number 7 by Jason Aaron and Mahmoud Asir. Cover A is by Asad Ribic. Carlos Pacheco has a Marvel's 25th anniversary cover. And John Buscema is doing a cover, and that cover is a 1 in 50 variant. The Black Panther 13 by Tanase Colts and Daniel Acuna. Daniel Acuna is doing cover A, and we have a Marvel 80th anniversary cover of Captain America by David Mack. Fantastic Four 11, and we finally got somebody decent working on this book. On the pencils, I mean. Lord have mercy. And that's by Dan Slott and Paco Medina. Cover A is by Asad Rebic. Cover B is a 1 in 50 by Pepe Larraz. And cover C, the Spider-Man suit, is done by Anacleto. Alrighty. Mr. and Mrs. X, number 12, the final issue of the Gambit and Rogue couple book by Kelly Thompson and Oscar Bazadua. And the cover is by Terry Dotson. You can never get enough of Gambit and Rogue. It's been 25 years, something like that. Oof, I'm old. Thor 14 by Jason Aaron and Scott Hepburn. Cover A is by Mike Del Mundo, and the Marvel's 25th anniversary cover is by Yasmin Putri. I don't know how many issues Jason Aaron has left, but definitely looking forward to that King Thor book. War of the Realms number 6 by Jason Aaron and Russell Dodderman. This has 56 covers, but I'm only showing 2. Cover A by Arthur Adams, and cover B is a Mike Del Mundo Young Guns variant. And this is the final issue of this storyline. Last for Marvel, we have Wolverine Exit Wounds number 1 by Larry Hama, Chris Claremont, Sam Keith, and Salvador LaRocca. And the only cover that I'm showing is by Ryan Stigman. That's very nice cover there of Wolverine and Sabretooth going at it. Classic. And classic deserves to be slabbed, right? By 2. Independent comics, we have Bone Parish number 10 by Cullen Bunn and Jonas Scarf. That book's going to jump when they finally announce what's going on with that. Glad I have 2. In a book, once again this week, I do not buy this book, but just feeling nostalgic, especially looking at these covers. It is wow. The Mighty Morphing Power Rangers number 40 by Ryan Parrott and Daniel D. Nocuro. Cover A, of course, by the now super famous Jamal Campbell. Very nice. And this cover B that I'm showing, I'm going to have to go back and get the rest of these foil covers, is by Gone Montes, not related to Edmond Dantes. And this foil cover is fantastic. White Ranger looks super dope. I just like, you don't see their face, but just holding the helmet, just too awesome. The Goon number 3, written and drawn by Eric Powell, and Eric Powell is doing cover A, and cover B is by James Harren. And our last book this week is one of those obscure books, Rise number 4, written and all artistic work is done by Don Aguilio. And that's it for this week. It's a big week for Marvel more than anybody else, and a lot of independent books. And make sure you try to get everything that you like. I always say, buy them, read them, and love them. Got a few covers this week that I am really enjoying. We get Wonder Woman 73. That's the Jenny Frison cover. You can never go wrong with Jenny Frison. Amazing Spider-Man 24. I chose the Oliver Copel black suit one. That's just extra smooth. I like the graininess that they have on that. And the Mighty Morphing Power Rangers number 40. That foil cover with the White Ranger on it is super mint. Pure fire. That burning up. If I could get two of those, I'm gonna get two of those. And my cover of the week is actually tied for two books, and it's actually the same issue. I've never done this before. But Action Comics 1012, both of those covers are ridiculous. The cover A by Jamal Campbell is just glorious with that red cloud chasing Superman and Superman flying out of it over the city like that. That deserves to at least have owning two copies, one to be slabbed and one to be read. And the Ben Oliver cover of Superman is almost like a cross between Henry Cavill and Christopher Reeve. A really, really nice rendition of the Man of Steel on this super pristine white cover. And when you pick your books up, because I know you will get that cover, make sure that the white is white. DC has an issue with a lot of color rub on those white covers like that. And for my comic book of the week, it's not really a super big book or a book that has a great storyline or anything like that, but it is the end of this series. And since they are two of my favorite characters, I'm making this the book of the week, Mr. and Mrs. X, number 12. And I hope you have enjoyed this little video that I'm making for y'all. But before we go, I just want to make y'all aware. I know everybody knows that the House of X and the Power of X is coming out in July, but they had released some images of the various variant covers. Obviously, there's going to be a million of them that's coming out. But I know everybody saw the original cover, especially the guys that get previews of the Mark Brooks connecting cover. I believe one side is the Power of X and the other side is the House of X. So that's the first image here that you see, which is a glorious rendition of the X-Men. And I had to inquire at the comic book store about this. I really don't with the variant covers. I just pick up whatever I can. But Joe Madureira had a sketch on his Instagram, and they are using that picture as one of the covers for the House of X #1 of Gambit and Rogue. And I just love this picture right here. And I actually found out that this is a 1 in 100 for this. And my LCS owner said he will get it for me. So, hey, it's good to have a good relationship with your local comic book shop. So, that's it, people. I hope you get all the books that you love. Until next time, I will catch you at the same bat time, at the same bat channel. Peace.